Give this a good old muddle, making some serious squishy sounds. Pretty pulverized if you ask me. Well, hello there and welcome back to another episode of Cocktails with Ciara. My name is Ciara and I'm a whiskey-loving Irish gal who's on a cocktail voyage of discovery. If you are new here, I have zero professional bar experience other than a passion for making mixed drinks at home and showing you how I do it. So hit that subscribe button, stick around, and we both just might learn something, because if I can do it, you can do it. So in today's video, we are going to be making a classic whiskey cocktail that, to be perfectly honest with you, I am shocked that I have not made yet. So today we are going to be making a whiskey smash. So yes, the whiskey smash is seen as the 19th century cousin to the mint julep, and I have actually made a mint julep here on this channel before. I will link that video in the description. It was super fun. I got all dressed up because it was the official drink of the Kentucky Derby, which I didn't know before starting this channel, but now I do. So if the mint julep is anything to go by, then I think I am going to enjoy a whiskey smash. So before we get into the history of a whiskey smash and I show you how I make it at home for the first time, I would like to take a second to tell you about my Patreon. Not only is it a great way of supporting my channel, but you can also have access to exclusive content, you can get discounts on my newly launched merch, and you can also see the footage that is just too tipsy for YouTube. And so without rambling on too much, let's get into the history of a whiskey smash. So yes, as I said, the whiskey smash is a very classic cocktail. It's been around for quite some time and it is seen as the kind of sister or cousin to the mint julep. They're both very summery, they've got a lot of ice, they're very refreshing. The whiskey smash is seen as a little bit fruitier, and certainly in places like the south where the heat can be unbearable, it definitely is a super refreshing and well-liked drink. Now, as I said, it's been around for a really long time. I think it made its debut in 1887 in Jerry Thomas's famous The Bartender's Guide, but it is really likely that it was circulating for decades prior to this and it just wasn't committed, you know, to memory in a guidebook, but it made its official debut in the late 1800s. And as I mentioned, it being the cousin of the mint julep, a drink which actually dates all the way back to the 1700s, you can guarantee that this drink has been around for a really, really long time, and it is crazy to think that we are still making and enjoying this cocktail today. So in more modern times, the whiskey smash had a resurgence. There was a bartender by the name of Dale de Groff. I believe he was also known as King Cocktail, which is pretty cool. He was serving them in a place where he was working in called the Rainbow Room in the 80s and 90s, and they had a bit of a resurgence then, and they've kind of just stuck around since then. So now that I've given you a little bit of history on the whiskey smash, let's go ahead and look at its ingredients. As you can imagine, a whiskey smash is a whiskey-based drink, and we are going to be using a bourbon. So I picked up a new bottle specifically for this drink, and hopefully for plenty others as well, and it is the Eagle Rare Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. So if you're one of the lovely people who recommended this bourbon to me, thank you for the recommendation, and I'm very excited to try it. So we're going to start with our bourbon. We are also going to be using some lemon wedges, which is kind of interesting. I don't think I've made a cocktail like this at home before by using lemon wedges actually in the drink, but we'll get to that in the method part because it is quite interesting. So along with our bourbon and lemon, we are also going to be using some simple syrup. This is just your basic 2-to-1 ratio of sugar and water. Amazing in so many cocktails, and I think it's going to work really, really well in this for that little bit of sweetness. But we are also using another ingredient that you will find in a julep, and it is fresh mint. So I have a big bundle of Irish mint here, which apparently we have really good quality of mint. That's what I remember hearing when I was researching the mint julep Kentucky Derby video, that you can get the really fancy julep for like $1,000 at the Derby, and it has mint sourced from Ireland, which is pretty cool. But we're going to use our mint, our simple syrup, our bourbon, and our lemon, and that's basically everything that we need. So now that we have covered all of the ingredients, let's go ahead and make a whiskey smash. Okay, so to start off, I have my shaker here, and this one has ice in it, but I'm going to start by cutting some lemon wedges. Now, I don't know, is there a specific way to do this? I don't know, should they be super chunky or super thin, but I think I will quarter them and maybe put in 3, 2, I'm really not sure. Let me know if there's a specific way of doing this. And now is the important part. So we're going to be muddling them. We're going to be muddling everything. Like, we want to muddle not just the juices and get all of that out, but we also want to muddle the peel and get like the oils and all of the aromatics working. So it's definitely something that I haven't done yet with a cocktail. I know with an old fashioned, I'm like waving this around like a maniac. I know with an old fashioned, some people really like to muddle the orange and leave it in and really muddle it. I've never actually done that. I don't know if it would be my favorite. It might be too sweet. So I think this is going to make this really lemony and citrusy and zesty. So maybe just 2 slices muddled is probably enough. A good muddler is really important. I used to use this wooden one, which just came with like a cocktail kit, but I don't know if you can see here, it actually loses some of its like coating. So I don't know, is that actually good for heavy duty muddling? So something like this with like a rubberized end is going to be much more heavy duty. So you can really get in there, give this a good old muddle, making some serious squishy sounds. Pretty pulverized if you ask me. Okay, so now that we have pulverized our lemons, now we can go ahead and add in our simple syrup and our bourbon and our mint leaves, and then we can shake it up. So for our simple syrup, we are just doing about 22 mils in there, which should be plenty. And then we are gonna do 60 mils of our beautiful bourbon. I'm very excited to try this. Ooh, it smells delicious. It smells like nice and sweet. I'm gonna try the tiniest bit. Ooh. Oh, it's got a kick to it. It's lovely. Oh, that's gonna be lovely. Okay, so we're doing 60 mils, a nice generous portion, straight in. And then we're gonna add in our mint leaves. So we're basically just gonna pick off our mint leaves and toss them in. They smell amazing. We're gonna add in 4 mint leaves. Now, I feel like these mint leaves are really big. Again, we obviously have stunning mint here. And then we can go ahead and add in our ice. And now we're gonna give it a good shake and chill it down nicely. I think that's plenty. It's nice and frosted on the outside. So we're gonna strain this in, and I was told to double strain this because we're gonna have a lot of like potential pulpy kind of bits from the lemon. So let's use our extra strainer. Oh my God, that looks amazing. Oh, wow. That color looks so nice. And as expected, there's a nice bit of pulp that's been caught in the strainer. So that is good. So now we are just moving on to the final part, which is the garnish. And mint is such a stunning garnish. I love when cocktails call for a mint garnish. And another reason is because I get to slap my mint around, which is always fun. If you haven't seen me do this before, it is very much a done thing if you're having a mojito or any drink that involves a mint garnish. You want to give your mint a little bit of a slap and a roll, and what it does is it just releases the beautiful minty aroma. It's gorgeous. And obviously when we're drinking cocktails, we're not only drinking with our eyes, but with our noses and our taste buds. It's kind of a nice sensory thing. I feel like this is a great sprig. I'm just gonna take the ends out. You're just gonna take it here. It's like a clap, you know, don't absolutely clather it, but just a nice slap and a roll. And then a little roll. You don't want to wreck it, but apparently like spearmint is the best for that lovely like zingy flavor. Oh, this smells so good. I'm so excited. Okay, I'm just gonna gently feed this in, try and get her to stand up nicely. Maybe I'll like weave these in together. Oh my God. I think I might just get a little straw just because I don't want to tip it too much with the garnish. I want it to kind of sit as it should. So I believe I have some straws in here. So I'm gonna pop you in here, in next to the straw, so they can get a nice little bloom of mint in their nose when they drink it. And that is it. Our whiskey smash is done. She looks absolutely beautiful. As I said, anything that involves a mint garnish, it just looks so appealing. It smells delicious and fresh and like really, really refreshing. So I'm very, very excited to try this. If you will join me over on my cocktail drinking chair, let's try a whiskey smash for the first time and see how she tastes. Okay, so I am back in the cocktail drinking chair. We have our delicious looking whiskey smash. Let me just gussy up her mint there real quick. There we go, looking very refreshing. I'm so excited to try this. I'm gonna try and forget everything I know about a mint julep and just go in blind and try it, but cheers. Oh my God, that's so good. That is so good. It's so refreshing. This would be absolutely perfect in the height of summer. It is so refreshing. The mint, the lemon, it's actually not too zesty or lemony. So I think 2 slices quartered muddled seemed to work very well. Obviously you can increase that per the amount that you're making, but for this it tastes really, really nicely balanced. For me, I don't like things to be on the sweeter side, so I think that the simple syrup was just the right amount. Again, you could play with that depending on what your tastes are. I know we're all different, but this very, very enjoyable. I could see myself just like, I don't know, sitting in maybe something like this or like a rocking chair on my porch. That's kind of how I imagine this would be enjoyed, like on a hot day, chilling with Remy asleep at my feet. Oh, sounds fabulous. It's very easy to drink, very easy. Considering it only has, you know, spirit and citrus and simple syrup, like there's no like soda or anything in it. It tastes like it's not as spirit forward as it actually is. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. I'm such a fan. Thank you to the people who recommended it. I always say this, but really, like, please keep giving me your recommendations because you just keep knocking it out of the park. I mean, there are sometimes ones that I try that I'm not a massive fan of, but I'm always honest about it and you'll see those videos. I should probably make a playlist of the few that I haven't enjoyed, but this is not one of them. This is a solid winner. Now, as I said, it's a very, very classic cocktail. It's been around for a really, really long time, so no doubt there are different ways of making this drink. So how do you make it? If you're a fan of a whiskey smash, do you have an exact method? Do you switch it up? How many lemony chunks do you use? Do you use more or less simple syrup? What's your go-to bourbon for it? I would love to know. And of course, if there are any other whiskey or bourbon or rye cocktails that you would like to see me make here on this channel, I am always all ears. I love trying new cocktails, especially new whiskey cocktails. So please do let me know in the comments what videos you'd like to see next. So if you enjoyed watching me make a whiskey smash for the first time, you can give this video a thumbs up as that would help me out a lot. And you can also check out a playlist up here if you'd like to see more easy cocktails that you can make at home. And of course, if you have not subscribed to my channel yet, I upload new videos every single week, so hit the subscribe button and I would love to have you back for more videos. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you on my next one. Cheers!